dev blog 3 days ago. The highlights. Baggers has been moving, yada, 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 yada. News for the game. Prop stuff has been going well. Re-merged all his experiments onto the main dev branch. I've been hooking it into the board format. The experiments showed that the only big change to the per placement or per placeable data is how we handle rotation. For tiles, we only need 4 points of rotation because we're not going to have free placement on tiles. But props need 24. We tested free rotation, but it didn't feel as good as rotating in 15-degree steps. So basically, when you place a bed down on a tile and start rotating it down, it's going to snap right to 15-degree increments. And I'm fucking fine with that. I'm fine with anything other than the 4 directions we have right now. What is nice about this, as he mentioned, is that they've been using a byte for rotation even before. So we had plenty of room for this new approach. What that means is, right now, for example, that bit would be 1, 2, 3, 4, like depending on which way it's facing. Is it facing 1, 2, or 3, or 4? They can use that same bit to go all the way up to 24, right? That is kind of a super easy thing for them to do. And that's nice. It gives me a lot of confidence that they can pull it off. There are a few cases we need to take care of. Tiles and props having different origins. Pasting slabs that contain placeables which the user does not have. Are you with me? Hopefully you already realize why that's important. Okay? Changes to the size of tiles or props. We'll take these in order. Tiles or props having different origins. All tiles use the bottom left corner as their origins. Okay, this I don't really care about this. It's about things being batchable and a bunch of other things. Pasting slabs that contain placeables which the user does not have. So when modding is prevalent, we want to be able to handle this case somewhat gracefully. As some shit depends on the kind of placeable, we need to fix it up to have the correct asset pack. So 2 notes. My understanding of Tailweaver is that you can take anything from TaleSpire, anything from Unity and load it into TaleSpire. Neat, right? But what does that actually mean? Does that actually mean that me, Demon Gun, on my computer, I open up Unity, I hit a button, and Tailweaver pops it into my TaleSpire? I don't think so. I actually don't think so. Having read this and kind of trying to wrap my brain around like what they're doing, I think what is going to happen is you can use Tailweaver to take something from Unity and add it to some sort of asset pack that maybe people can subscribe to or buy. And what I really think that puts people in a good place for is like 3D model folk. Like people who can go into Unity and create a 3D model and then create their own asset pack and then sell it in whatever Bouncyrock's asset pack marketplace is. I think that's the universe that we're headed toward. And it could be that a lot of people post some shit for free. It could be that people don't and they all charge a shit ton for it. Or that somehow once, like you can have your asset revoked. Maybe you like subscribe to someone's asset packs. And if you don't pay, then suddenly like you don't have access. I don't know what that's going to shake down on. But everything is linked to, I think is going to be linked to asset packs, not atomic, I just want to get this from Unity into TaleSpire. And I think the prior is how I used to think it was going to be done. I used to think it was going to be done. I fire up Unity, right? I load an STL from Hero Forge, and I run Tailweaver, and suddenly it's in my board. I don't think that's going to be how it works. I think you're going to have some sort of asset pack. And it might be easy for anybody to make an asset pack. So as a DM, I might be able to ask all of my players, hey, please go create your Hero Forge tokens and send me the STLs. They send me the STLs. I create the Demon Guns campaign number 4 asset pack, make it free. And I just tell them, okay, go here and get the pack because that has your token in it. And then they go and get it. I'd really like them to elaborate a little bit more on how that's going to work. Pasting slabs that contain placeables which the user does not have. Have. Please define have to me. I don't have loaded on my local machine. I don't have a subscription to their asset pack. I haven't paid for the asset pack. Like, what do you mean does not have? So I'm curious about that. That's my big takeaway from these patch notes, is that all marketplace purchases look like there's a giant train headed towards this system of asset packs, which is totally good and awesome, but not super great if you're just making maps. You know, not super great. Some big progress on interactables, which is cool. But yeah, lots and lots and lots of prop stuff. Reuse prop work is being quickly hooked up to the existing system. More flexibility in prop placement is coming. Looks like it's active, along with Fog of War stuff. But anyway, that's my blurb.